my God, just stop. Have you ever felt that way? I know you have. That's kind of when you have everything coming onto you and you can't take one more thing and you just snap. And usually you snap at someone who has really nothing to do with that. This is how the body feels when it's having an allergic reaction. And this is where the elimination diet comes in. So I wanted to talk to you about elimination diets. So what they are, how they work, how you can set them up. This is the biggest thing. Very simple to do it yourself. And also for how long you need to set them up. And then when you are done with your elimination diet, how you can reintroduce foods one at a time and not trigger your dog or cat's body to have an allergic reaction again. Allergic reactions can be very extreme, just like people who are extremely allergic to, say, peanuts, and you can go into shock, or they can be kind of just very slow building. They're kind of subtle and they're kind of sneaky. And the solution for that usually is to remove whatever is bothering them. But just as I showed you at the beginning, it's really hard to figure out what on earth of all of the voices that, their body is hearing, which one is the one that is actually bothering them. And this is where an elimination diet comes from. If you're new here, hi, I'm Micol. I'm a pet nutrition specialist, animal osteopath, and homeopath. And I am the passionate pet owner of Iberia and my two cats, Britannia and Caledonia. What is an elimination diet? An elimination diet means that you are eliminating, meaning removing all of the things, basically allergens, all of the things that are bothering your animal, that may be causing a reaction in them, an allergic reaction. This is easier said than done. We have seen that if you remove and go to a hypoallergenic food, especially if it's a commercial food, you may still find some of those allergens inside. You can never be sure it's completely off. So if you are watching this because you're thinking of doing an elimination diet because your dog or cat has a skin issue or other possible allergic reactions, then I highly recommend that you consider doing it the homemade diet way. What you need to do is you need to go to a source of meat that is something that they have never seen before, the body has never seen before. Why? So as I showed you at the beginning, the problem with allergies is that the body is basically being, inundated with messages and it just gets overwhelmed. And when you get overwhelmed, you end up snapping at the wrong person. And that's what the body does. Eventually it snaps and we see the results of the snap, but we don't really know what exactly caused the beginning of the snap. Okay, and it's definitely usually not, just like for us, it's not the last person that came and said, hey, did you need help with something? And we just snap at them, right? It's not their fault. There's something that came way before that. That's what makes figuring out food allergies or allergies in general quite challenging. So what we need to do is we need to remove everything that the body knows that might be reacting to, and we need to give the body something that it has never seen before so it cannot react to it. Okay, that usually means for our cats and dogs feeding meats that are more hypoallergenic, which is not necessarily the right word, but meats that they've never eaten. So what are some of the meats that you can feed? Rabbit, which is fantastic. Lamb, which is also very good. Goat. You can feed poultry, but my suggestion would be to really stay away from commercially grown poultry. So chicken obviously is out, but also turkey, because sometimes if your animal reacts to a type of animal, it will react to all of the animals that are similar. So if it reacts to chicken, it's probably going to have an issue with poultry. And if it reacts with beef, it might have a reaction with other herbivores such as goat and lamb, even though they're a little bit further removed. So no turkey, definitely, but you can do duck and you can do goose and you can do quail if your supplier has it. Then you can also go with wild game. Any type of wild game is very good. Okay, so deer, kangaroo, wild boar is very good. Any of these are really good options because the body has never seen them, and it's kind of like just finally quietening down all of the voices so that we can kind of get the body to settle down. Now, an allergy actually means that your body is reacting to something, or in this case, their body is reacting to something that it shouldn't be reacting to. And it's going to be kind of overreactive for a while. And this is where the timing comes in. So when you're doing an elimination diet, you need to give the body at least 8 weeks, even better, 12 weeks of time, where you never, if you do, you have to restart. So never feed the original food. What comes next is then having to reintroduce foods. So how do you do that? One food at a time, okay? I'm gonna say it one more time because this is key. one food at a time. This doesn't mean one a day or, one little piece. It means choosing the one that you're going to feed. For example, when I'm going to reintroduce food, it's going to be lamb. I'll make meals for a week. I will feed it. I will see if there's a reaction. No reaction, good. I will go for another week, and then another week, and then another week. And so I will go until I have a month. And that's how slowly you're going to reintroduce new foods. Yes, this might mean that if you're on an elimination diet and you are following a raw food diet, you are giving a little bit less variety. Obviously, you're going to have in mind that you will be adding variety as you go on. So don't worry so much during those initial 12 weeks because you will be reintroducing things. So once you're reintroducing things, this doesn't mean that you're going to completely go from a whole rabbit meal to a whole lamb meal. You're just going to reintroduce one ingredient. In my case, I'm going to reintroduce lamb meat. I'm going to keep my rabbit mix, my rabbit carcass that I use as a source of bone, and I'm also going to keep the rabbit liver. That will be my one change that I will do for a week, and then a week, and then a week, and then a week until it's been a month. And I'm just going to take it very slowly and slowly add ingredients. So that's kind of how you progress through it, okay? This is exactly, if you go to an allergologist, vet allergologist, this is what they will suggest. They may suggest one more thing, which you have heard of, which is called hydrolyzed protein. When you hydrolyze a protein, because you change the shape, the immune system doesn't recognize that protein because it doesn't look the way it did before. So it doesn't react to it. So this is why some manufacturers make food for allergic animals with hydrolyzed protein, because the body will think that this is a completely different thing. Obviously, a natural diet is a lot healthier. But if you don't have that option, then that is something that you can consider. Oh, and if you found this video helpful, please consider giving us a like. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and it also lets us know that this is the kind of videos that people want to see so that we can share our knowledge exactly based on what you want to see. Also, please share it with somebody who might have a little bit of trouble with their animals and is considering an elimination diet. So a very helpful tip that I can give you that I haven't mentioned yet, when you have an animal that has allergies, and I understand how frustrating this is, okay? Because I have animals with allergies and sometimes it feels like we'll never fix them. But trust in the process, okay? This is going to help. Keep a food diary. Write down what you're adding and what you're seeing. Any changes in their stool, drinking more or less, are they scratching more? If I see any changes, I just kind of write it down. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments. It was a pleasure to talk to you about this, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.